Welcome to your daily focus for November the 14th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards and see what they have to tell us about the energy today. Cards don't want to cooperate. Oh, the Five of Cups. My, oh my. The Five of Cups is stop sweating the small stuff. Stop worrying about every little detail, and if all your ducks are in a row, and if you're crossing your I's and dotting your T's. This is a day to look at the big picture. This is the day to look at where you want to go forward. This is a day to dream, to explore the world, to see what other shores have to offer you. I see this big, huge picture behind us, and we're looking away from it. So something grabs our attention, something takes our focus away. Nine of Swords. Once again, here we are. We're getting caught up in the self-doubt, and we can't do this, and there's just too much we need in order to accomplish it. And it's so huge what I want, and I'm just one person, and let's just start layering on the excuses. In that time when I was 5 years old, and they asked me if I took the cookie, and I said no, and oh man, I remember having that cookie. It was good, but I lied. I think that was my first lie, and it's been ever since. We start beating ourselves up over these little petty, tiny things in our life that really nobody remembers but us. It's only kept alive in our memories. The shame we felt, the sadness we felt, the lack of control we felt, the anger we felt, the feeling of exclusion, the feeling of not being loved, the feeling of being set apart. And the Three of Cups. So let's take a look at I want to just walk through these cards again, because we have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups. So it's a day of emotions. We have cups here. We have swords here, which is our thoughts, our dreams, our desires. And we have the Five of Cups. And the one thing I noticed the most was this beautiful landscape full of mountains, which means growth and abundance. Water, which means beautiful passion and emotions and feelings. And yet we're kind of sitting there, we're standing there actually, and we're looking away from it. We're looking at the fallen cups. We're looking at where we failed, where we dropped the ball, where we weren't good enough, we weren't strong enough, we weren't wealthy enough, we weren't smart enough, we weren't funny enough. And so this could very easily be a day where we allow ourselves to beat ourselves up. Now, we do have Mars in its last degrees of Aquarius because it moves into Pisces tomorrow. And, in both signs, and it's been, oh my gosh, this has been a long, long time for Mars to be in Aquarius. So it's finally leaving Aquarius. And it goes into Pisces, which is a meandering path again. We may look more towards the spiritual. We may look more towards raising our spiritual energy, growing our spirituality. growing ourselves, growing our love, our compassion. And then we have the Nine of Swords and Detriment. And this is really, we're still the Nine of Swords. So this talks about allowing depression to set in. This is talking about allowing ourselves to beat ourselves up, or allowing others to do that and take advantage of us. So we feel, there could be a lack of self-worth here. Now, the Three of Cups is here to remind us that, sometimes we have to create our own fun. Sometimes we have to push ourselves into happiness. And this has been a couple of days of this energy. I'm saying it's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate where you're going. It's time to celebrate the things that can be in your life. By shutting off the negative, by not allowing that self-doubt to come in. I think there's a great confidence we can grow in ourselves today, a courage we can grow in ourselves today. It's like we're doing that pep talk in the locker room before the big game, but to ourselves. And so that's what's needed. Yeah, you've fallen on your face before. Yeah, you got pretty dirty. Yeah, you didn't look so great. Oh well. Time to stand up strong, brush yourself off, and think of your goals that you want going forward. Now, the Three of Cups here, here's great messages that can come in. Now, we also have for the numerology for today, well, we have the 14th, right? That's temperance. That's understanding what we truly need and want in our life. So we could be boo-hooing over things that we really never had in the first place, that somebody else has, and well, we can't afford it right now, so we're less than them. We don't measure up because society tells us we've got to have the newest gadgets, we've got to have it all, or we're just not worthy. So what are the things that you think you need in your life that you don't really need in your life? And it could be toys and gadgets, it could be people, it could be situations, it could be, what don't you need in your life? Where do you really see the lack? And what is in your control to maybe change that lack? But I think you need to raise your vibration in order to just naturally step into where you want to go. Things will come to you. It's raising our vibration today. And this energy of the whole year, in fact, has been extremely hard for many people because we've had to walk so slowly through so many parts of our life in order to get to the now, in order to get to here. And it's not easy having a whole month of 11/11 energy. Absolutely not. Especially if you have 11 in your numerology in some way. So if you're born on the 11th, you're born on the 11th month. Everything adds up for your date of birth adds up to an 11. I know we could go on and on, so I won't continue on that. But for everybody, the 11 energy has made us really look at our life and understand certain truths about what we truly want, what we truly desire. And yet the ego is trying to keep us in check by continually wanting those things. So we have to change the way our ego presents our present. And so sometimes it's tricking your ego. Sometimes it's just having fun. I came home just absolutely exhausted tonight. Just, oh, boy, what a day. And, there's my son, and he says, if we left in 10 minutes, we could see the new Queen movie. And he's already seen it because he's like a Queen fanatic. So I said, hold on, let's do it. And we went, and it raised my energy. Or I could have said, I had such a long day. I could have played into my day and just said, no, I just want to relax. I want to kick my feet up for a few minutes. I just want to have silence and veg out a little bit. Thank you very much. But instead, I said, I think we can do that in 10 minutes, and we didn't do it in 10 minutes. We missed the first couple of minutes, but it was a great movie, by the way. Um, very respectfully done. Very beautiful. Um, so we have to create our own energy. We have to get out there and socialize and get ourselves pumped up and say yes to experiences. Now, I went and I had a lot of fun, but I knew that, here's that magic carpet thing again, right? Where I knew that even though we got on the magic carpet, we went for a little ride, I would be coming home to all the things that I hadn't done yet for the day. So we have to stay grounded and responsible, but we can't be pulling ourselves down and staying in some sort of negative energy because it's our choice to move forward. There's a lot of free will in these cards. There's no, major arcana cards here telling us that we have to walk through this energy. We have a choice to walk through the energy. We have a choice to say, they made me feel this way. They made me feel this way. That brought out that emotion. And ask yourself, well, why did it make me feel that? Why did I allow myself to get upset over that or discouraged over that? And change your reaction. And this is a day where you could really understand where you can change your reaction. So we have Temperance is the 14 energy, absolutely, which boils down to a 5. Now, how do we work individually? How do we work as a group of people? How do we work within our security to still go out into the adventure? And it comes a lot from labeling what you feel is security and what you think you need for security and what truly is security to you. Strong foundations. And then it adds up to, I believe, to a 27 today, which boils down to the 9. So that's a bit of the Hermit energy. Really thinking, here I am in this moment. Now, how do I go forward? What is my next step? What is my next emotion? Look who's back again. Yeah, the 11 energy. There you go. Justice appears. The law of cause and effect is in play now as I see elements of my life balance out. What goes around comes around. I am now seeing evidence of this law in the conditions of my world. I see elements in my life balance out. Well, we have to sometimes look around us to really see where the balance is coming in. And sometimes we have to go in search of it. We hold the scales there. We hold the sword. So it's a time when I think it's more inner perceptions today of anything that we're changing. I remember the story. It was this little boy, and he was always so, so, so happy. And, the whole family was kind of like these prude people who didn't like happiness and giggles all that much. And they thought this boy has to grow up and become a man. And he can't be running around giggling and laughing all the time. He has to realize that there's disappointments in life. And they thought, well, we're going to teach him. So Christmas morning, they filled up his entire room with horse manure. And he was looking around the house and he says, where's my present? They go, well, it's in your bedroom. So he opened up his bedroom and he walked in. And of course, he was faced with all this horse manure. And they closed the door and they listened at the door for him. And they hear this laughing and this giggling and this celebration going on. And they couldn't take it anymore. They thought, my goodness, like this child must be mental. And they opened the door and they said, why on earth are you laughing and giggling? And he says, with all this horse manure, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. So, what is your perception of the situation? Oh, I have to go to work today. Oh, I don't want to. I want to stay at home. Why didn't I win the lottery? I've got a job to go to. It puts food in your belly. It keeps a roof over your head. It keeps your loved ones safe. You can buy the things that you want to buy because of that. You can stay afloat in the society of greed. Everybody wants money. How can we get you into an interest payment? Oh, the gas tank's on E. Can't believe I have to put more gas in here. Well, just the thought that you have to put more gas in it tells me that you have money for gas and you had enough money to buy the car. And you don't have to rely on somebody else, and you have your own independence to get from point A to point B whenever you want, whenever you need. Yeah, everybody cleared the room again. Here I am stuck doing the dishes. There's a ton of them tonight. Huh. This is rotten. No, it's beautiful. You had an entire feast of family around the table. Support and love, joy and memories being made. The plates were all cleaned off pretty well, so they enjoyed your cooking, and you had money to buy the food. Now, how are you perceiving your life right now? Are you seeing the joy, the happiness, the celebration that's around you? Or are you looking at the negative, the lack thereof, of what you don't have? Because once you grab this energy for today, wow, watch things change for you. Make a commitment to yourself. Oh, I'm overweight. Well, make a commitment to start an exercise program or a new way of eating. Because those kinds of things, with this card as our third card, will stick. It'll walk us right into our joy, our successes, our celebrations, our good news, our happy times. So we have to be proactive. So what is pulling you down is the thing that you need to look at and address on how can I change it? Where do I have control in my life that I can change it? It might be a perception. It might be an attitude. It might be your environment. It might be the people you're around. It might be the people you need to be around. It might be the opportunity you need to step into and take a risk on yourself. It's a very free will kind of day, so tap into this beautiful energy. Look at this and practice patience. Practice patience. That's something we lack in this world. Practice patience. Truthfulness, patience, and belief. Patience is waiting. Not passively waiting. That's laziness. But to keep going when the going is hard. But to keep going when the going is hard and slow. That's patience. So we might be feeling like we're just not getting anywhere. We're not accomplishing what we set out to accomplish. It's too hard to bring it all together. You don't see the doorway. You don't see the window opening. Raven reminds you that this situation involves a whole lot of patience. A matter that has recently arisen is affecting your ability to be truthful with yourself along with others. Raven speaks the truth with love and patience. Don't mind the time or fear of running out of time. Instead, believe that what you want to have happen will happen. Believe what you want to have happen will happen, but it takes time. No matter the category of life you require patience in, love, finances, career, or health, it would benefit for you not to focus on the clock, but instead to work at building a strong foundation around you. It is the right time, and you will know when that time happens that you will fly again. You may not know all the factors yet that are preventing your wishes from coming true, and you don't need to. So here we are again at worrying about all the little details. You only need to believe that the moon will light the way and help guide Raven to the right place at the right time. We are in new moon energy. So there are new starts for us, new beginnings, new opportunities, absolutely. But where is our mindset? Where are we consciously? And there's been a lot of energy. And I think yesterday too, we were talking about consciously being positive. If you're sad, dance it out. Turn the music like full blast. Sing at the top of your lungs. Go for a brisk walk. Take a shower. Doll yourself up a little bit. Like you're going for that classy dinner or something. Meanwhile, you're just going to the corner store and back, and you probably won't even go in the corner store. So treat yourself like the treasure you are. Realize the opportunities that are awaiting you. And have a patience that in divine timing, everything will come together. But we really need to take a few steps of our own here today. We need to create the happiness around us, look for the happiness and the joy and the stability and the beauty that already surrounds us. And if it's not there, create it. And if it's there just a little bit, add to it. And watch the energy change around you. Because this is a beautiful energy right now to tap into feeling like you're on top of the world. But it takes work. It takes a conscious effort. It takes a focus. So get that focus. Be like the raven. Have practice patience. And definitely, definitely, definitely today, create your magic. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.